सबसे विशाल लोकतंत्र के रूप में निखर जाएगा।
आज भारत एक है, अखंड है और सबसे तेजी से आगे बढ़ती अर्थव्यवस्था है।
आत्मनिर्भर भारत, आत्मनिर्भर भारत।
आत्मनिर्भर भारत ये एक प्रकार से शब्द नहीं, ये आज 130 करोड़ देशवासियों के लिए मंत्र बन गया है।
आइए मनाते हैं स्वतंत्रता, एकता, विकास और लोकतंत्र के 75 साल। 2022 में भारत अपनी आजादी के 75 साल पूरे करेगा। आइए इस महापर्व की तैयारी में जुट जाते हैं।
भारत 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 भारत।
आइए बनाते हैं आत्मनिर्भर भारत। आइए मनाते हैं भारत की आजादी का अमृत महोत्सव।
Good morning everyone. My name is Swapnil Turak. I welcome you all on behalf of the Embassy of India for celebration of 75th Independence Day of India. Friends, this year is special in the sense that it marks the 75th anniversary of the culmination of our freedom struggle. In order to celebrate and commemorate the 75 years of progressive India, Government of India has launched Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav campaign. The official journey of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav commenced on 12th March 2021, which started a 75 weeks countdown to our 75th anniversary of independence, and it will end post a year on 15th August 2023. Friends, considering the COVID-19 situation and while respecting the health advisories issued by the local government, this year also we have decided to go digital with our celebration and kept limited participation. To celebrate this day, today we have with us Her Excellency Ms. Shripriya Ranganathan, Ambassador of India, other embassy officials and representatives of Indian Community Association who are present here in person. We also have Indian community members and friends of India from various other countries who are attending this event with us online. A warm welcome to all. Before starting the next segment of today's event, I would request all of you to kindly stand for national anthem of both India and Republic of Korea.
नमन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता, पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल गंगा, विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा, तव शुभ नामे जागे, तव शुभ आशीष मांगे, गाहे तव जय गाथा, जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता, जय हे जय हे जय हे, जय 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 हे।
Thank you all. Now I would request Her Excellency Ms. Sripriya Ranganathan, Ambassador of India to Republic of Korea, to read out excerpts from the Honorable President of India's address to the nation on the occasion of 75th Independence Day of India. Ma'am.
मेरे प्यारे देशवासियों, नमस्कार। देश विदेश में रहने वाले सभी भारतीयों को स्वाधीनता दिवस की हार्दिक शुभकामनाएं। ये दिन हम सभी के लिए अत्यंत हर्ष और उल्लास का दिन है। इस वर्ष के स्वाधीनता दिवस का विशेष महत्व है क्योंकि इसी वर्ष से हम सब अपनी आज़ादी की 75वीं वर्षगांठ के उपलक्ष्य में आज़ादी का अमृत महोत्सव मना रहे हैं। इस ऐतिहासिक अवसर पर आप सभी को बहुत बहुत बधाई। स्वाधीनता दिवस हमारे लिए पराधीनता से मुक्ति का त्यौहार है। कई पीढ़ियों के ज्ञात और अज्ञात स्वतंत्रता सेनानियों के संघर्ष से हमारी आज़ादी का सपना साकार हुआ था। उन सभी ने त्याग व बलिदान के अनूठे उदाहरण प्रस्तुत किए। उनके शौर्य और पराक्रम के बल पर ही आज हम और आप आज़ादी की सांस ले रहे हैं। मैं उन सभी अमर सेनानियों की पावन स्मृति को श्रद्धापूर्वक नमन करता हूँ। अनेक देशों की तरह हमारे राष्ट्र को भी विदेशी हुकूमत के दौरान बहुत अन्याय और अत्याचार सहने पड़े, परंतु भारत का विशेषता यह था कि गांधी जी के नेतृत्व में हमारा स्वाधीनता आंदोलन सत्य और अहिंसा के सिद्धांतों पर आधारित रहा। उन्होंने तथा अन्य सभी राष्ट्र नायकों ने भारत को औपनिवेशिक शासन से मुक्त करने का मार्ग तो दिखाया ही, साथ ही राष्ट्र के पुनर्निर्माण की रूपरेखा भी प्रस्तुत की। उन्होंने भारतीय जीवन मूल्यों और मानवीय गरिमा को पुनः स्थापित करने के लिए भी भरपूर प्रयास किए। Dear fellow citizens, in the recently concluded Tokyo Olympics, our sportspersons have brought laurels to the nation with their stellar performances. India has won the highest number of medals in the 121 years of its participation in the Olympics. Our daughters have achieved world-class excellence in playgrounds, overcoming many adversities. Along with sports, epoch-making changes are taking place in the participation and success of women in all walks of life. From higher educational institutions to armed forces, from laboratories to playgrounds, our daughters are making their mark. In this success of our daughters, I see a glimpse of a developed India of the future. I urge every parent to learn from the families of such promising daughters and provide opportunities to their daughters also to explore avenues of growth. Like last year, this year too, the scale of Independence Day celebrations may have been reduced due to the pandemic, yet our hearts remain always filled with enthusiasm. The intensity of the pandemic has come down, but the coronavirus has not yet gone away. We are yet to come out of the devastating effects of its recurrence this year. Last year, with the exceptional efforts from all, we had succeeded in bringing the spread of infections under control. Our scientists had succeeded in developing vaccines in a very short time. Therefore, at the beginning of this year, there was every reason to be hopeful as we launched the largest vaccination exercise in history. Yet, due to the new variants and other unexpected factors, we suffered from a terrible second wave. I am deeply sad that many lives could not be saved and many more suffered immensely in this phase of an unprecedented crisis. I speak for the whole nation when I say that I share the grief of all the affected families with the same intensity. The second wave brought our public healthcare infrastructure under stress. The reality is that no infrastructure, even of advanced economies, could withstand a crisis of such enormous proportions. Efforts were made on a war footing to plug the gaps. The leadership rose to the challenge and the government's endeavours were supplemented by initiatives of the states, private sector healthcare facilities, the civil society and others. In this extraordinary mission, foreign nations shared the essentials generously, just as India had reached out to many nations with medicine, equipment and vaccines. I am grateful to the global fraternity that came forward with a helping hand. Due to these efforts, the nation breathes a sigh of relief with the return of a semblance of normalcy. But we know that this is a time of extra care and caution. We shall not let our guard down. Dear fellow citizens, the economic impact of the pandemic is as disastrous as its health impact. The government has been concerned about the lower middle classes and the poor, as well as about the small and medium enterprises. It has been sensitive to the needs of the laborers and of employers who have been facing hardships due to lockdowns and movement restrictions. The government had taken a series of relief measures last year. This year also, the government had distributed food grains to about 80 crore people in May and June. This benefit has been extended till Diwali. Moreover, the government has announced a new stimulus package worth 6,28,000 crore rupees to boost the selected COVID-affected sectors. In particular, it is heartening to note that an amount of 23,220 crore rupees is being spent over 1 year for expansion of medical facilities. Special campaigns including the Pradhan Mantri Kisan Samman Nidhi are being implemented for the welfare of our farmers. These efforts are consistent with the vision of an Atmanirbhar Bharat, a self-reliant India. With abiding faith in the inherent capacity of the economy, the government has further opened up defense, health, civil aviation, power and other sectors. If there is an improvement in the ease of doing business, it has a positive impact on the ease of living for all. In addition to these, special emphasis is being given to public welfare. A series of agricultural market reforms will empower our Annadata farmers and help them get better price for the produce. These are some of the measures the government has taken to unleash the potential of every Indian. Dear fellow citizens, a new dawn is rising in Jammu and Kashmir. The government has initiated the process of consultation with all stakeholders who have faith in democracy and rule of law. I urge the people, especially the youth of Jammu and Kashmir, to utilize this opportunity and work on realizing their aspirations through democratic institutions. When India won independence 75 years ago, many skeptics thought that democracy would not survive in India. Little did they know that the roots of democracy were nurtured in our soil in ancient times. And even in modern times, India was ahead of many Western nations in offering franchise to all adults, regardless of distinctions. The founding fathers had reposed their faith in the wisdom of the people, and we, the people of India, have made India a strong democracy. The government has planned many initiatives to make this special 75th anniversary year memorable, and the most exciting of them all may well be the Gaganyaan mission. Pilots of the Indian Air Force have been receiving training abroad. When they fly off into space, India will become only the 4th nation on the planet to carry out a manned space mission. When it comes to the flights of our ambitions, we do not let any limitations define us. And yet we keep our feet on the ground. We acknowledge that we still have a long way to go in realizing the dreams of those who won freedom for us. Our Constitution neatly summarizes those dreams in 4 words: justice, liberty, equality, and fraternity. We must strive for more equality in an unequal world, more justice in unjust circumstances. Justice has come to encompass a larger range of connotations, including economic and environmental justice. The road ahead is not easy. We will have to negotiate many twists and turns, but we have the benefit of incomparable guidance. It comes to us from diverse sources, from the venerable seers of millennia ago, down to the sages and leaders of more modern times. In the spirit of unity and diversity, we as a nation are following the right course. Dear fellow citizens, recently on the occasion of Kargil Vijay Divas, I paid homage to our brave soldiers at the Dagger War Memorial in Baramulla. That memorial has been built in the memory of all soldiers who had made the supreme sacrifice in their line of duty. While appreciating the valor and sacrifice of those brave warriors, I noticed that the war memorial has a motto inscribed, Mera har kaam desh ke naam, which means each and every deed of mine is for the nation. All of us should imbibe this motto as a mantra and work with full devotion and dedication for the development of our nation. I would like that all of us come together to take India forward on the path of progress with the spirit of keeping the interests of the nation and society foremost. मेरे प्यारे देशवासियों, मैं विशेष रूप से भारतीय सशस्त्र बलों के वीर जवानों की सराहना करता हूँ, जिन्होंने हमारी स्वतंत्रता की रक्षा की है और आवश्यकता पड़ने पर सहर्ष बलिदान भी दिया है। मैं सभी प्रवासी भारतीयों की भी प्रशंसा करता हूँ। उन्होंने जिस देश में भी घर बसाया हो, वहाँ अपनी मातृभूमि की छवि को उज्जवल बनाए रखा है। मैं एक बार फिर आप सभी को भारत के 75वें स्वतंत्रता दिवस की पूर्व संध्या पर बधाई देता हूँ। यह वर्षगांठ बनाते हुए मेरा हृदय सहज ही आज़ादी के शताब्दी वर्ष 2047 के सशक्त, समृद्ध और शांतिपूर्ण भारत की परिकल्पना से भरा हुआ है। धन्यवाद। जय हिंद।
Thank you, madam. Friends, due to the COVID-19 situation, we were not able to have live performances today. However, we have some pre-recorded video performances. Our embassy kids have sung a patriotic song. I would request my team to play the video on the screen. Thank you.
सारे जहां से
you all the kids for such a wonderful performance. Friends, now we have a pre-recorded solo performance by our teacher from Swami Vivekananda Cultural Center, Mr. Avijit Chakravarti. He has performed on a patriotic theme with the Kathak dance style. The word Kathak has been derived from the word Katha, which means a story. So Kathakars or storytellers are the people who narrate stories largely based on the episodes from the epics, myths and legends. I would request my team to play the video on the screen. Thank you. Thank you, Abhijit, for such an enthralling performance. Friends, we have a special performance by community members inspired from our national anthem. I would request my colleague to play it on the screen.
अहरह तब आह्वान प्रचारित शुनि तब उदार वाणी हिंदू बौद्ध सिख जैन पारसिक मुसलमान ख्रिस्टानी
पूरब पश्चिम आशे तब सिंहासन पाशे प्रेम हार हय गाथा जनगण ऐक्य विधायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता
इतिहास का मैं आईना हूं, तहजीब का रंग सुनहरा। मैं कल भी था, मैं आज भी हूं, मैं नवयुग का अंदाज भी हूं। सारी दुनिया का घर मुझ में, इस मिट्टी का आदर मुझ में। मैं देशभक्त भी कर रहा हूं, मैं नए भारत का चेहरा। मैं बेटी की मुस्कान में हूं, मैं नारी के सम्मान में हूं, विज्ञान में और किसान में हूं, हर वीर में और जवान में हूं। मैं सीमाओं का पहरा हूं, मैं नए भारत का चेहरा हूं, मैं नए भारत का चेहरा हूं।
देश से है प्यार तो हर पल ये कहना चाहिए, मैं रहूं या ना रहूं भारत ये रहना चाहिए। सिलसिला ये बाद मेरे यूं ही चलना चाहिए, मैं रहूं या ना रहूं भारत ये रहना चाहिए। देश से ये प्रेम आँखों से छलकना चाहिए, मैं रहूं या ना रहूं भारत ये रहना चाहिए। वंदे मातरम, वंदे मातरम, वंदे मातरम।
Special thanks to our community members for this performance. Friends, to celebrate Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, Indian Council for Cultural Relation has launched a global digital painting and poster making competition. Regarding the same, ICCR has created a special video. I would request my colleague to play the scene on the screen. This comes to an end of our cultural event and our celebration. As I said earlier, we are celebrating Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, which will continue till August 2023. We are looking forward to celebrate this Mahotsav with various events in coming few days. I would also like to thank you all on behalf of Embassy of India for attending and gracing this event. I wish you all a happy